You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 213.
213. Man, it might be 2024, but some things never change. I'm still Ralphie the body.
Hey, talk about it. Hey, new listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I'm the Mind of Ralph across your social media platforms.
Yes, on Twitter, I'm JON 2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Also, we want to give a special shout out to WDJY-FM 99.1 in Atlanta.
ATL, hope.
Shout out to OS Gang down there in Atlanta, Georgia, man. Oh my God, Ralph, my guy, my brother, my pal. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. We back. We back. Took a little break, hiatus, whatever you want. I wouldn't say hiatus. It was a break because it was just, we knew we were coming back. It was just, we needed that time to, just kind of get ourselves together for the new year, man.
Yeah,
but Johnny,
man. Yes.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I think like many people, many listeners out there, I did catch a cold around Christmas time. Like a lot of people, I feel like have been sick recently. I hope it's not an uptick in COVID, but whatever it is, just make sure you stay protected, mask up if you need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. But outside of that, man, things are good. Just keeping busy. Even in our off time, I'm still busy with life. Busy with life, man.
Yeah, we might have dropped one thing from my schedule, which was like the podcast and things like that, but everything else stayed the same. At least for me. For me, it definitely did, man. So, but now, New Year's, holidays, everything was great. Just spending time with family, loved ones, man. It was a good time.
For sure. Do anything good for New Year's? Anything fun for New Year's outside?
Absolutely
New Year's Eve?
No. Listen, I don't want to be around people like that for New Year's. Like I just want to be in the house, and that's just where I'm at with it now. It takes an act of something else for me to go to even church. Like I'm good on all of it. I just want to be in the house.
Nah, I feel that. I wanted to be outside for New Year's Eve, so I found a nice low key-ish party to go to.
Is there such a thing for New Year's?
Maybe not. I mean, this party didn't have it wasn't like to capacity packed. It was just enough people to not be annoying, if that makes sense. So I guess maybe that's why I say low key, but it was a great time. Just out, drank champagne all night. It was great. That's how I want. Yeah, that's how I wanted to bring in the new year, right? Because as we discussed in pre-production, in 2024, I'm embracing my uncleness. I'm leaning into being an uncle. I'll be 36 in a couple months. I'm embracing full-fledged adult manhood. Like I'm all of it. I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it. So
you got to, man.
Yeah, listen. I feel like I have to. I'm not 21. I'm not younger. I'm getting older. It's time to be more, I don't know, sophisticated in the choices that I make, things like that. Like it's about that time. About that time. I know.
I don't like it.
Me either. But like I'm choosing to lean into it, right? I think I've been teetering the line the last couple years, but I'm here now, and I think I'm here to fully embrace it.
Absolutely. That's how it should be, right? Because you can't run from it. You gotta embrace it, man. You gotta embrace it, man. So
It's true, man.
Because the thing is, either you embrace it or trust me, it'll snatch it from you.
Oh,
Don't
don't
worry about it. You'll realize that you the old nigga in the proverbial club real quick. Don't worry about it.
Man, look, and that's the that's the type of realization I don't want to have. I don't want to be out somewhere and then I realize it like that, like you said, proverbial club, right? I don't want to be in the proverbial club and look around and be like, wait, I'm not supposed to be here.
Well, it happens though. Like you think like, oh, I can still go to this space. Like even though it's a space that you often frequent, but the thing is, like somebody turns 21 every year, and you have to realize that somebody like you think just because you cool, you outside. No, them kids grow up, bro, and they start to like different things, and then before you know it, they creep into your space, and then you like, you know what? I don't think I need to be here anymore.
I don't need to be here. Nope.
So it happens. Don't worry about it.
Jesus.
Your one safe space, you got to find a new one. Don't worry about it. When
I know. Home. Home.
That's it.
I'm gonna go buy me some strobe lights, put them joints up in the living room. Hey, bring the club to the crib. Forget it. Oh, hey, I'm with it.
That's it. Don't worry about it.
I love it, man. Look, I love it, man. I'm leaning so much into this. I didn't rearrange my whole like upstairs. Like next time you over here, like it all look different. It all look different. It's different feng shui. It feel good.
Yeah, as you can tell, if you haven't noticed, we're in different locations. We're not usually in the OS studio right at this moment. It's like a winter storm outside, I would say, right?
Yeah,
not a storm. Well, not a storm. Because storm implies where you can't leave the house. No, I can leave the house if I want to.
It's just extreme temps.
Yeah.
The North Pole has made its way to St. Louis.
Yeah, pretty much. Not the stripper pole. You know, because there's a few of them around here. But it's brick outside, like -degrees and windy.
Literally.
Ew. Who wants to do that?
Bro, I looked at the weather app earlier. That thing said it's -6. It was -6 degrees, but with the wind chill, it felt like -24.
I'm straight on that.
Man,
and what's so crazy is we already had this date planned, right? It was preordained that we would come back on this day. So we already knew we was recording. It was just a matter of like, oh, would the weather cooperate to where me and Johnny can be in the same space? Oh, no. But we're here to deliver because content over everything, gang. We here though.
Word. So yeah, man. I'm going. We get into it off the dome.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right.
Oh, I got a question for you, and this might stumble you a little bit, bro. I'm not gonna hold you because
you gonna start off the year like that.
Yeah, hey, listen, I really don't have an answer for you either because it's like I'm putting two bad bitches against each other, but this is how we go do it.
Okay.
Man, these guys are phenomenal actors, right? And I feel like they're getting their just due for being like the Swiss Army knives that I say that they are, because they fit in so many pockets and so many places. And you can say they're leading man, but they're quite not that, right?
Okay.
Like you would put them in the ensemble cast, but I don't know if you would say you'll lead your film with them. But they're still great actors, right?
Okay.
So I'm asking you got to pick one. Who you going with, Giancarlo Esposito or Jeffrey Wright?
Damn. Okay. Okay.
Whatever your metric is, like you ain't. I don't want to have to dance. I don't want to dress it up, make it real for you. You know, whatever you, however you get to your answer, bro.
I think I'm going, and say it with me now. Giancarlo Esposito. Okay, yes. that's who I'm going with, right?
Okay.
Because I feel like his acting first of all, both actors are phenomenal, right?
Yeah,
as Ralph already said that.
It's
so we got that out the way.
Gotcha.
Maybe because of how invested I've been in more of Esposito's roles, like Gus Fring for sure. He's even played the villain in a video game called Far Cry 6. And now I haven't played that game like in its entirety, but the bits that I have played and like the game that I've saw people play like on YouTube and stuff, like it's just phenomenal. Like it's phenomenal to be able to translate that not only to the big screen but to like an animated video game, because it's his likeness is all that, like it's him. But for him to be able to perform that way in a video game also is she's amazing, man. She's amazing. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go rock with my guy, man.
Oh no, nothing's wrong with your answer.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a good
But I'm gonna go with Jeffrey Wright, and it's a myriad of reasons, right? And I can't necessarily say it's the voice acting aspect for Jeffrey Wright because Giancarlo has that as well. But Jeffrey Wright plays the Watcher in What If and then other stuff, right? So Jeffrey Wright has a great speaking voice. He has and I think he's one of the first actors that I can remember from my childhood that really showed me a range, right? Because the first time I seen him, he played the drug dealer in Shaft, Peoples, who was a Puerto Rican, Latin, something of that ilk, right? I was like, oh, right. And I still love Peoples' character to this day, right? And that was in 2000.
Yeah.
The next film, he played Martin Luther King, and I stand on the fact that I could not believe. Like, I was like, no, he's a drug dealer. Like, he was a Puerto Rican drug dealer. How is he Martin Luther King? Like, but ever since then, I always wanted to know who he was. And then I finally knew, I became into, actors and, their stories and all that. But Jeffrey Wright is just such a dope guy. Like, you just look up, I think he was on Boardwalk Empire. I haven't gotten into Westworld, but I heard that he's phenomenal in that. American Dream, which I haven't seen yet, but I've been hearing good things about it. He's the lead character in that.
Yeah. I was gonna mention that too. Yeah,
it's like, and then like to mention, like, even though I give that movie shit for being that as long as it was, he was a great Commissioner Gordon or Detective Gordon in the Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like you just look up and he's there, like, oh, he's great. So that's just. But like, if I'm sitting there talking about Giancarlo's in the same bag. Like, you just look up, he's in something, and he makes it better. Like,
no, that's facts. Huh? Interesting. Now, okay, which one of those do you think would be the better leading man?
Jeffrey
Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't have an answer. I just wonder.
Oh, okay. Jeffrey, though.
Which I'm not mad at that. Damn, that's what's up though. I do kind of want to see American Fiction too. I've seen a couple trailers and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So, shout out to them, man.
Yeah,
all right, so for my off the dome,
yes,
movie related. I'm going to list four. I'm going to list 4 movies. I want you to rank them.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready? Black Panther, Blade, the first Blade.
Okay.
Spawn, Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse.
Oh, well, that's easy. Well, at least the number ones will be Into the Spiderverse. Clears, right? Now this is where it gets interesting. I'm gonna put Blade at number 2.
Okay.
I've only seen Spawn twice, so you gotta forgive me. So Spawn goes last and Black Panther's 3. But Blade did for the comic book genre what a lot couldn't do.
Of course.
But it's still, I still feel like the 98 film stands up pretty good. Like, I watched it, let's say in the past few months. I think it stands up pretty well. Black Panther for the ensemble, you know what I'm saying? Like the ensemble cast. And then, shout out to Michael J. White, shout out to him, bro.
Yeah.
Salute to him, bro. And then, we don't have to speak on Spider-Man. Like,
you're right.
We don't have to speak on that. So that's my ranking of those 4.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I actually put Blade first. I put Blade at number 1. Into the Spider-Verse at 2.
Okay.
Black Panther at 3 and Spawn at 4. Now,
okay, so we pretty much just switched the first 2, right? Okay.
Now, I really enjoyed Spawn. Like, Spawn is a fire movie to me. Like, I love that movie, but it's definitely the worst movie out of the 4 here. Definitely the worst movie out of the 4.
And I think the thing is, I didn't see Spawn in real time. That wasn't something that was so. Like, if I went back and watched it, and I just felt like, oh, it's okay. Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, I don't. There's no shot to Spawn. But when you see something, it's like seeing Mortal Kombat Annihilation after the fact, right? It's not a good film, but your nostalgia makes you watch it. So that's why. I'll overrank those films. So it's kind of like, if I seen it after the fact, I'm like, it's okay. I guess. Like, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect.
Facts. But like you mentioned with Blade, like not only did Blade save like the Marvel movies, right?
Yeah.
But Blade is actually a really good film. Like it's a really good film. So
absolutely,
and honestly, as great as Into the Spider-Verse is, like initially seeing it, I thought it was not just, it was like in between okay and like great, right? Like Across the Spider-Verse, fire sequel, I think is actually better than Into the Spider-Verse, right?
No, I agree. I agree with that.
So with Into the Spider-Verse, it's just like, okay, it's a great animated film. It's a great Spider-Man film, but I think Blade is just a step above it. And for it to be as old as it is and still hold up today, I think it's phenomenal. So I definitely got to put Blade at 1. So no, man, that's what's up. And Black Panther is Black Panther. So
yeah, it's like Black Panther is Black Panther, but I can admit that we may overhype it because of whatever reasons you want to get to it, but I still think it's a great standalone film. Like, but I'm not saying it's the best thing I've ever seen either. Like,
I know. And I think with Black Panther, maybe some other MCU movies, like I'm kind of scared to go back and watch them because I may rewatch them and say, oh, this is kind of trash.
Listen, bro. Remember, I had that not the harshest take. Like, we all over the place, but trust me, fuck with us, y'all.
Yeah.
Remember, I went back and watched the first Avengers. I was like, oh, this is a little cringe right now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, a little cringe. Like, but I mean, the thing is, you telling me to like rewatch something where I watched the character development already kind of play out. So to see Thor act the way that he did and Tony Stark act the way he did, it was kind of tough, bro. Yeah. Like I can watch Ultron.
Yeah.
That's different. But the first Avengers, like, that was just me though. That's just me though.
That I don't know, man. The nostalgia ain't holding up like it did.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you asking me to like undo all this character development because they have been in like 87 films since then.
Yeah.
That's the other part too. So maybe that's my hang up. That's not really an indication of the film.
Yeah,
my bad, people.
No, but no, man, that's off the dome.
That was off the dome, people. Who you going with, Giancarlo Esposito or Jeffrey Wright?
Yep, and rank these movies: Black Panther, Blade, the '98 version, Spawn, and Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. Let us know.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without a dope pod to step to. OS gang, what's happening? What's going on? We got a few news topics here, but the world kind of exploded when we said, you know what, we're taking a break.
Word.
So many things happen, and I'm talking about on like the macro sense, like just big and out here, and like the littlest things that we could have just kind of like got into. So I mean, we just got to start here. I mean, we playing catch up. We'll kind of get more into the current bag next week. Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Katt Williams. Remember we debated if he's a legend? I think he kind of solidified that. Remember we debated that like probably some time ago on this platform. Is Katt Williams a legend? Well, I think he kind of just solidified the fact that he's a legend right now.
I think he submitted it at the top of 2024?
Yeah, buddy, because ain't nobody else moving the needle like that right now, bro. Like it's kind of like I just want to get that out there before we get to that interview. I think he solidified that he's a legend.
My man really came into the year with nothing but guns blazing. Like he said, you know what? Like whatever y'all thought was happening, forget all that. I'm here. I'm gonna let you know what's up, and literally set the internet streets on fire. Literally.
Do you know where that? Well, if anybody's been living on the rock for the past, what's the day?
I feel like it's been like a week and a half.
So
Day 14. Yeah.
Let's just say the past 10 days. If you've been under a rock for the past 10 days, you would know that Katt Williams went on a recent podcast or interview with Shannon Sharp, Uncle Shay Shay, that platform, Club Shay Shay, I should say, and a 2 hour and 45-minute interview. I feel like Infinity War lacks in entertainment value when it comes to this damn interview, because I watched this interview, bro, and it didn't feel like it was 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Man, I watched this in the span of 2 days. There's no way that I could have just sat and watched the whole 246 in 5 nanoseconds.
I'll say this. I tried with Joe Budden's podcast. I tried with Drink Champs. They done had, people on there all the time. But something about this Katt Williams interview, I could definitely sit there. Yeah, like it was different, bro. Because I complained. Listen, I've complained about times, like plenty of times. Like, I'm not watching no 3-hour, 4-hour podcast.
But no,
it's different. It's different. It's like let's address it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Katt Williams came on and said a lot of things, man. He threw a lot of direct shots and indirect shots. He said a lot of things that he perceives to be true, and a lot of things that you could probably say, I don't know about that one, brother. But we gonna let you cook.
For real.
It's kind of like, Johnny, what did you take away from? Like how did you, what did you take away from this?
Like, I'm still not even sure where to begin, right? Like,
it's so much.
So many. I think even before the actual, I'm trying to remember how I even caught wind of like this happening, right? I think this episode of Club Shay Shay premiered on YouTube, and I think as people were watching it, they were tweeting about it, like, "Oh, Katt Williams just said this, Katt Williams just said that," and then even while the episode was still premiering, different clips started coming out. Now, from the clips, I'm hearing what Katt Williams is saying about Ricky Smiley, about all these other comedians. I'm like, you know what? I probably should watch this. Let me watch this because the clips got me, right? Yes. The clips got me.
Yes.
So I hit play, and boy, I'm talking not even 120 seconds in.
You know what? I compared this to Infinity War, because you know how as soon as we start watching Infinity War, Loki got his neck snapped. This was like the equivalent to that. It was no. Let me figure this out. Let's figure this out. No, straight to the shits. Like, hey, yo.
Is there a reason why Ricky Smiley wore a dress in his next movie? Like, bro, like what?
The thing that's interesting about this whole situation, right? Even if you felt like Katt was telling the truth or he was lying, he never broke one time, right?
Never.
Any time he got into his bag, it was the same projection, the same delivery, the same everything, right? So it's kind of like, is he lying? Like, it's like some of these things can be just how Katt perceives it, and some of these things happen to be true. Yeah. And then, like, obviously there are some lies there, right? But one thing that kind of took me aback from the whole situation, right? I'm not saying nobody can get on the platform and just say what they want to say. You can do that because it's been proven. Like, you can just do these things.
Yeah.
I think it was just the fact that everybody just kind of took up and ran with it. That makes sense. Like, I think we have like a lynch mob type of mentality when it comes to certain things.
Of course.
If somebody says something,
most things.
Yeah, most things, right? If somebody says something that we all think to perceive to be true, we're just gonna run with it. Like, you didn't think like that 20 seconds ago until somebody confirmed your thought or feeling or opinion. I just, I find it weird. But I mean, some of these things I thought were mildly entertaining. Like, I mean, not even mildly, wildly entertaining. Like, I was with the shits. Like, him talking shit about Steve Harvey, hilarious. But he's always been on Steve Harvey's line. He's always been on Kevin Hart's head.
Yep.
I didn't know that there was a thing with Cedric. I would be quite honest. I didn't know that there was a thing.
I didn't either. And in him saying that, and Katt Williams saying that Cedric the Entertainer stole his joke, right? Now, I feel like these types of stories come out quite often, especially like with really popular comedians. So I'm not necessarily saying I didn't believe him when he said it. I was like, maybe it's some truth to it, but I didn't expect it to be, at least to me, Cedric the Entertainer's like top joke. That was his closing joke on Kings of Comedy, right? So in hearing Katt say that, right, and then of course the internet is going internet. They found the receipts, right? They showed the clip of Katt Williams telling the joke on Comic View, which looked to be like it was recorded from a VHS or something, so it was old.
Yeah.
And then posting the clip of Cedric the Entertainer's joke where he changed the car to a spaceship. It was like, oh snap! Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And the internet, one thing that happened, right? And we don't have to regurgitate everything that Katt said. Everybody knows that. That's out there for public lore at this point. But one thing that I did notice, 1,000,001 responses, right? But nobody said that nigga was lying.
Big facts.
Nobody would say that he was flat out lying. Like, right? It's like about the joke stealing, about certain aspects of his, of his business dealings and things like that. Nobody said he was lying. The only, and I know Ricky Smiley called the worst of stray, like not even a stray. He tried to like kill that man's career damn near. Like it was. But I've heard stories about Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey when it came to how they move business wise and how bougie maybe they could seem. That's not for me to really say because I haven't been around them to say that. But sometimes you can kind of believe those things, like what I'm saying, and then you see it play out. Right. And I was like, oh, and Ricky, like for Katt to say the things that Ricky was saying about him at the time, I can see it to be true because Ricky Smiley was the bigger comedian at that time. At the time, in that early 2000s, talking about Ricky Smiley was on the radio. He just came off of Comic View. The prank phone calls, all that stuff was like huge to us, right?
For sure.
But I think a critique that Katt had of Ricky Smiley was very true because it's like Ricky Smiley hasn't really done too much with his material sense, right? I don't think he's like tried to do anything different. Like he's either doing the church bit, he's either talking about the frat, or it's kind of like the same material. It's like I would never go to a Ricky Smiley show, bro, because I feel like you do the same jokes.
Well, it's true because I actually took my mom a couple years ago because that's one of her favorite comedians. But yeah, it was the same thing. It was the same jokes, same cadence, same everything. And I mean, everybody around us was laughing. Hell, my mom was laughing, but I'm sitting there like, this is the same shit I heard him say on the radio when my mom used to take me to school hellas ago. Like I heard all of this before. So it's just
how many times we go do this? Like, and
right.
But that's with all due respect, you know what I'm saying? But I know I particularly aged out of what Ricky Smiley's demo was. And that's like aging this way. Like his demo went up. I went this way. He took it to, like he became the old niggas comedian. That's funny. Like with all due respect.
But with that though, no, all due respect for sure. And with that, I think that's somebody that understands their audience because Ricky Smiley's still doing his, I don't really want to call it the chilling circuit because he does do like small like theater venues, right?
Yeah. So like if he came to St. Louis, he can go to the Stifle Theater.
Exactly.
Like something like that.
Exactly. And I think that's where we saw him, or either that or the Fox, one of those. But he can do a 30 city tour like that every year if he wanted to, which I feel like he might be doing still. So I guess that's attributed to him understanding his audience, which I really can't be like, I can't be mad at it. I can't be mad.
I said he pretty much morphed into what Tom Joyner used to be.
I like that comparison. So
because Tom Joyner retired from the radio as the old niggas VJ, old nigga DJ.
Yeah.
Which, now that's Ricky Smiley. You just younger. You just just because you listen to Miss School. You know what I'm saying. Here I go. You know what I'm saying. Like that's their shit. Like you know what I'm saying. Like that's where they kind of stopped fucking with rap around that time.
It's true.
No limit. Funny. They might sneak a Juvenile in there. That's right. It. That's it though.
And that's it. Now, okay, so let's shift the conversation over to Shannon Sharpe during this interview, right? Because I saw a lot of people, I guess, express backlash on his interviewing skills.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about the way Shannon Sharpe conducted the interview?
Well, I'm glad you did this. I think with Shannon, for one, he is a media personality. He's not a journalist. Those are two different things.
For sure.
So he's learning on the job of the art of interviewing. So he's having a lot of people that he's probably been kicked it with and have not even a professional relationship with. Shannon's a former football player.
Right.
So his background is completely different than the average journalist. It's not Gayle King. It's not Teray. It's not Ed Bradley. It's none of them, right? So I think Shannon and his personality type, he's like in awe of what he's hearing. It's kind of like I have these interview questions, and bro, if it go left, it go left. This Cat Williams and he's going off. I don't know who could have sat in front of that and managed it. That's the part. That's the point that I'm thinking people are failing to realize. What are you supposed to do? Like Shannon Sharpe probably has 50 million views on the interview. The 2 2 hour 45-minute interview.
I got the exact number for you. As of 4:30 right now, 48 million.
Okay.
69,259 views.
So 48 million views on something that's not even 10 days old. 11 days old. I'll let him cook. I'll let him cook too. Like, you know what I'm saying? What you want? And then he's so smart, he broke down every clip and let them get their views off of that too.
Yes.
So, but I mean, I don't fault Shannon for that. Not as much as everyone else is. I think that he was just. It's kind of like if you having an interview and he just goes left. Like I'm like, wait a minute. Like it was certain. It was certain. It was certain times where Shannon was like, wait. What?
Right.
Slow down. What you supposed to do with that? Now, granted, I think he tried to stick to the script too much. That's my critique. But other than that,
I look at it like this.
What you got, bro?
If Shannon Sharpe was a better interviewer, we wouldn't have gotten the type of content we got from this interview. Like if somehow somebody was able to stop and maybe dig deeper into like the things Katt was saying, I think you stopped the momentum I think you stopped the momentum in which Katt Williams was really getting his stuff off, right? Yeah. Like he was too, I don't know if too calm is the word, but like the way that he literally just said everything was like you said earlier, in the same voice. He never raised his voice. Everything was just so matter of factual. It's like, well, this happened, and how could this not happen if this didn't happen? Like it literally the entire almost 3 hours, right? So I don't think you will be able to produce the type of content that interview gave if you have somebody trying to dig deeper into what Katt Williams was saying. Like it's no way that we get what we got from this interview if somebody is on the other side, stopping him at every which way. Like that, I think that's crazy.
Yeah, and listen, if it's a content game we playing it. You know what I'm saying? And Shannon's a football player. I'm playing to win, baby. I'm playing to win. So,
and did he?
Did he? Shannon has the interview of the year.
Out the gate, right? I was just about to say that out the gate he has interview of the year. Like that's crazy.
I don't know what else could come out this year. And obviously we're foreshadowing a lot.
Of course.
But it's like what could come out and have this virality? Like, you know what I'm saying? Dare I say that? Of it, like, I don't know. I don't know what could happen, man.
Nobody expected this, and that could play a part in it as well. It's like it was literally the top of the year. Yeah. Nobody was expecting this to come out. Like it just dropped, right?
And you know what's so crazy? It took the spotlight off of Umar cooking ish on Joe Budden podcast, because it was no matter if you agree with the points or not.
Yeah,
you just got to stand on your point. And Ish was getting cooked, but I'm off of that.
Which is crazy because the fact that we even know about that and that was behind the paywall, that shows you how powerful those clips were. Like, because that was crazy.
Exactly.
That was crazy.
Man, let's try this, man. Like, Jonathan Majors was recently convicted, I would say. He was brought up on charges and convicted. Like, well, yes. I don't know if jail time is a thing, but he was found guilty.
I think his sentencing
it's coming up soon, right?
Coming up soon, yeah.
Okay, but he was convicted on those charges of the domestic dispute with his former girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And then MCU, Marvel, Disney dropped him immediately from the role of Kane. There have been rumors of recast. There have been rumors of just the story being pushed along away from Kane. Johnny, what do you have to say about any of this?
All right, where do I even start here? I guess let me. Oh, damn, I don't know where to start. So, Jonathan Majors was convicted. It wasn't of actual like assault. It was something like it was a lesser charge or something like that. Yeah. It wasn't the fact that he assaulted his girlfriend. It was something else that he actually got convicted for, and that's my fault for not having it pulled up. But Disney, Marvel dropping him as soon as they did, I think personally was, I mean, I understand why they did it, optics and all that kind of stuff. It's Disney, right? Was it a good idea? Personally, I don't think so. We've already seen 3 different versions of Kang throughout history in the MCU. And the fact that the Kang story is so embedded into the current phases of the MCU, even if they don't continue to use Jonathan Majors, the role itself needs to be recast. We already had an issue with not recasting T'Challa Black Panther. We got Wakanda Forever, which, although not a terrible film, probably would have been much better had T'Challa actually been in the movie. And that's my personal opinion.
No, I got you.
So I think we need to try to avoid that, especially with Kang being such a prominent villain for these next few phases. That character itself needs to be recast. We need to.
I want to touch on a few things, right? I like where you went with that, but the charges, he was guilty of assaulting and harassing. So assault and harassment, those are the charges.
Okay.
Like, I'm not sure about the degree of assault. That's not,
You can get, I guess you can get charged for harassment.
Yeah,
no, harassment isn't like.
Oh yeah, you can get charged for harassment.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's what what's some things. Yeah, them things. Like, I can't get it out. Damn
because I'm lost. I don't know.
When you can't be around a person for like 100 feet, 100 yards and stuff.
Oh, like a restraining order?
Yeah, restraining order.
Oh, got you.
I couldn't get it out. It was right there, but
it's all good. It's all good. That's funny.
But what you said with the recasting and everything, it's a twofold thing, man. I hate for them to bring in some dope black actor, some dope black face to give him a role, and they're already gonna write it off anyway. So why waste the talent of a Domingo? I think it's Domingo something. I forget his name. He was just in Color Purple. He played Mister, but he's a dope actor. Or even our boy from Snowfall, like Damson, right? Yeah. Why bring them in just to, if Kang is already getting rolled out or getting phased out? You know what I'm saying? I hate for that to happen. And then, kind of like with, I don't want to get onto the T'Challa stuff because that's a whole nother can of worms. But I hear what you were saying with that recasting. But I'll just say this: Chadwick passing and someone actually being convicted of something, I think it's two different things. And then Marvel just doesn't want the backlash from either, right? You can't recast Chadwick because he's so beloved and he passed as tragically as he did, right? And then it's like you recast, Jonathan Majors. I think it's only for a short time because it's like you can just rewrite whatever, right? I just have to believe in the writers at this point, and I know that's hard to say considering the content we've been getting, right? I know it's hard. It's hard to say. Let's have faith in these writers, but they being overworked. The ink is running out of the pen, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
at first they was writing with the quill, the little feather joint, right? It was
the finest of ink, right?
Yeah. But now, yeah, man, it's just a big ballpoint, bro.
But they did, I guess, come to an agreement with the strike, right? So do you think maybe they have more motivation now? No.
Okay. No, money isn't the thing. You're just being straight through, right? I think that's what it is, because like even we've had complaints about the special effects in certain films, like because like me, I didn't like how the quantum realm looked. Now I don't know what the quantum realm is supposed to look like, but I just know that didn't look good on screen to me. But I've been hearing that the special effects artists have been overworked because post production, like, oh, we gotta get this film out. Well, all right, well the gradient go be off, my boy.
No, for real, the grayscale ain't grayscaling the way it's supposed to.
Exactly. So it's gonna happen, and I just think that this year coming up in 2024, we're just gonna get a nice reset of things and kind of retool and give us proper content moving forward.
And what I will say, and I'm in agreement, right? And I hope that they actually do take this time, because we're only getting one Marvel movie. We're getting one MCU movie this year, right? In Deadpool 3. So whatever rewrites or reshoots or whatever needs to be done for the movies coming out in 2025 and beyond, I hope they take their time. They really get into the quality of what those movies can be, because those are more, at least the movies coming out next year are more of the grounded movies, right? Like the Thunderbolts, the Captain America. So we need the writing in those to be fire. Like Deadpool can somewhat rely on the fact that they're going through the multiverse and we're going to see a lot of the Fox X-Men characters, right? Nostalgia. We can lean into that a little bit more, but we can't lean into that with Thunderbolts and Captain America.
Yeah, you're right. And the one thing that saves a lot of these films, like and even though The Flash was like a box office like terror, right? It still has like nostalgia attached to it. Spider-Man, was it Far From Home? Which one was it? The last one?
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Nostalgia attached to it. So you're always like those things kind of save a film from being as mediocre as you think it could be, right?
For sure.
So I'm not saying Deadpool 3 won't be good because remains to be seen. But we coming off Deadpool 2. So we gotta see. So Wolverine and all these Fox characters are gonna be the one that kind of be like making this film feel like better than probably what it is. And just moving forward with 2025 and those projects, like I've heard that Captain America tested horribly and they had to rewrite it, had to go back. And don't even let me get started on Blade. So I'll say it. I'm saying I've done enough Blade slander in 2023 for both of us. But Captain America being the title that it is, not necessarily the character of Sam Wilson, but the title should be able to carry it. But I just don't see it.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. And outside of, I think 2020, the pandemic year, this is the least amount of MCU movies we're getting in 1 year, I think.
Yeah.
Not to mention, well, I mean, I guess Echo came out, so we already got one television show from the MCU. But I don't know what other TV shows are going to be coming out this year. So when it comes to Marvel, so I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I don't know how that thing is working, but let's switch lanes, man. Let's talk about something that came out near Christmas time or around that time. Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom.
Aquaman.
Johnny, I swore that I wasn't going to watch this, but I watched it anyway. Just like I said, I wasn't watching Echo, but I'm in the middle of it.
Word.
Quick movie review. What do you have to say about Aquaman 2, the sequel?
Overall, I think Aquaman 2 was actually a really good sequel. I thought it was a really good sequel. Direct tie-in to the first one, right? Even a lot of callbacks where he had to save his brother to help him out in his, in his whole thing. Aquaman having a son. I think Black Manta's role was really good, even though I do have one gripe about it, but we'll get into that in a second. But overall, I feel like it was a really good movie and a really good sequel, but a terrible way to end the DCEU, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because this is the last movie out of the Man of Steel universe, all that shit. So
all that shit, yeah. It's kind of like this. I can say it's mid, but that's just me saying it's just okay.
Yeah.
So mid is not necessarily saying it's bad. I just think it's okay, right?
It's okay. Yeah.
I think that Jason Momoa was actually able to cut a little bit more loose with his like acting in this film, if that makes sense. Like it felt like I was watching. I don't know if you've seen Fast X, but it just felt like it was more Jason Momoa and not Arthur. Like it wasn't. It didn't feel like I was watching Aquaman. It felt like I was watching Jason Momoa this time.
Bro, okay. See that we ain't really conversed in a month, but see that's why we still here, because I feel the same way. So I actually did see Fast X, and while watching Aquaman 2, I kept getting his character from Fast X and watching this movie. I was like,
I felt like there was no effort into him being the character, right? It was just felt like he was just being silly Jason Momoa. Like I did, and that's probably one of the biggest takeaways. I felt like everybody else around him was acting.
Was being their character, right? Instead of being themselves.
He playing around, like, and just like, I mean, the villain, I guess, Black Manta being possessed. I mean, we've seen those things happen before, but I think overall it was still entertaining, though. Like the whole thing. But I think my biggest, like, one of the biggest gripes is that when Buddy, the lost Atlantean brother of his daddy or whoever that was, I enjoyed it, but as soon as he came out, it was dead. Like, oh well, all right, cool. Like it was
some boss fight, huh?
Right. It's like it was really he spent the whole time fighting Manta. If Manta was gonna be the sub boss, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But they got him out the way, and then he killed himself.
And that was my gripe. Like,
oh, okay.
With the way that they put the trailers together, right? Yeah. It was as if Black Manta was the main villain. Hey, he killed my father, I'm gonna get him, which is what it was in the beginning of the film, right? But then he found the lost trident and got possessed by the lost Atlantean brother.
Yeah.
That's almost like Bane and Tyler. No, I'm not. No, I wasn't rolling.
It's kind of like the same thing because Black Manta wasn't really the full villain in the first one, right?
He wasn't, which is why I thought that they would have bumped him up to like villain 1 in the movie.
Right. Nah. You even underwater, you still number 2 as a black man. Ain't
that's crazy. That's crazy, but it's true. Clearly,
it's clearly, and then just. It was just like they made him seem like a single father too. I didn't really like that. Like his mama, like he got a mama, man. What? It's like what?
That's true.
Like they made Aquaman look like a single father, man. Like that shit crazy. I like, but I heard that there was like chemistry issues between him and his female lead. I forget her name.
Amber Heard.
Mira or something like that.
Yeah.
Amber Heard. That's the Johnny Depp wife thing.
And that's what I was just about to say. So she was having legal issues too. They was really trying to cut her out the movie, but they gave her a lot less screen time.
That's why he seemed like a single father. So this is like on some Batman versus Superman or Justice League mustache shit. Like, oh, that's crazy.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
now okay,
it's
so
making sense
now it seems like a piece together piece of shit. All right, cool. So, but somewhat it's still entertaining though, right? Because I still enjoyed the fight sequences. I still enjoy certain things, and I'm gonna keep it a foul out with you, bro. I hated the ending. I hated it.
Really?
You know, I am Aquaman. Come on, bro. Come on. We know where you got from, Daddy. You know where you got that from. Like,
I mean,
Marvel.
no, of course. But it's I don't know, because I guess maybe because this was like the final film in DCEU, and that was like a tie back to the first film in Marvel, is like, type of thing. So it's like,
that's what it is. So they're admitting defeat. Okay, cool.
Oh no, of course. Did you got? I feel like no. I feel like you have to. I feel like you have to. So yeah, that's
that is hilarious, man.
Then the after credit scene was trash. Mid credit scene, whatever. Like
I thought it was gonna be something more. Like I was like, nah, this is just to play on a full circle joke. Yeah, we ain't have to do that. So out of 5, bro, how do you? I mean, well, I already pretty much gave you my ranking. What you got for it?
I'm gonna give it a 3. I mean,
okay.
It's just good enough to be a decent movie, but it's not great.
Yeah,
like it's not great.
I'll say this. I think I'll go back and watch this before I watch 1.
That's a good point. I don't know. I didn't think about. I haven't really thought about that. I don't know if I would watch this one over 1.
Yeah, I think I'll go back and watch this before I watch 1. I guess one made all the money, but this one tanked. So all right, whatever.
Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of factors playing today. It was pushed back almost like a year and a half or some shit. Coming off the writer's strike. Not really that much promotion after the writer's strike anyway. So it's just like,
Oh yeah, it's like that. Well, I do want to ask you this. I'm not sure where we are on time, but this is a great question. You being the Michael Jackson aficionado that you are, 2025 Michael Jackson biopic where he's starring his nephew, his Jermaine's son, Jafar Jackson, will be in the starring role. How you feel about that?
I peeped that. Well, I think they already got the casting good. Like, I think the casting was all right because he do kind of look like him. Now, I've never seen his nephew. I've never seen Jafar like talk or anything, so I don't know. Now, can he act? I have no idea. But he looked like him. At least he looked like a young Michael. So look, I don't know. And maybe they put some white face on him later on in the movie. I don't know. God, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I know, right? As a fan of biopics, of course, you're never going to say no to a Michael Jackson biopic.
Man, what? For sure.
Let's keep it the stack, right? nothing's ever going to compare to the American Dream. I'm sorry. I know this is a silver screen adaptation, that we're trying to get for Michael, but let's be honest with ourselves. They're not going to give us anything but a glorified Michael Jackson concert, which is fine. But if we're not going to tackle like the real shit, let's not even do this.
Let's
like,
not even do it.
Yeah, because like listen, like we said, he looked like young Mike. All right, cool. So we go get we go get all that, and that's fine. But what does the life story look like? You know what I'm saying? Because my thing about biopics, if we go do this, we got to address everything, bro. And
let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Yes, bro. Like I want to see him do the moonwalk at Motown 85 just like everybody else. But fuck all that. I want to see
conversations between him, Lisa Marie Presley. I want to see him date Diana Ross. I want to see all this.
I want to see his interact, like him as a father. Are we gonna get to any of that? The real shit, like his addictions, the things that led to him dying. Like those are real things, bro. Like we gotta do. Like let's be honest, they not gonna give us a film after Blood on the Dance Floor to This Is It. They not gonna give us those years.
We definitely not getting no history. No, absolutely not.
Listen, and that's the years we should discuss. Like those are the years we should be talking about, because those are the most interesting years. That's when Mike was considered more, like a weirder person, just the things that he was doing. So I want to see all that shit too. But bro, I feel like this is a money grab, and it's not really an attempt to make anything good about his life. That's why I'm not here for it.
I'm about to say, have any biopics been like that recently?
Recently, I mean, I heard
that have been good
about that. Oh, good. Well, people really like Elvis. I haven't watched that shit. Like I'm sorry, I don't really pay attention to the white ones.
Yeah,
but I heard Bohemian Rhapsody was really good too.
Okay.
Like the Queen biopic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I wasn't interested in seeing Whitney's either, because I know y'all want to go talk about the real shit. Like, spare me, right? Spare me. You know what I'm saying? Spare me the BS. Right. I want y'all to be like, what's love got to do with it? I want Ray. I want that. I want the real shit. Niggas out here struggling with heroin and get beat on. I want to see that shit. I want to see the real. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can get to the performances. That's great.
Yeah.
I want the real.
I feel getting
the real. And because, I mean, honestly, bro, like, American Dream is like the best thing we can get. Like, that's the best thing.
It's true. Because, I mean, they were definitely in the details when it came to Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5's like young career, right?
Yes.
The conversations, the arguments about possibly making different music, like things like that. Like, yeah, we got that, but we not getting that like that. We're not getting it like that in this biopic. It's no way.
No way. Like I see it now, and that's the problem that I have with it. And I don't think I'm like saying anything that's like an unpopular opinion, right? Because I think as a fan of somebody, like, let's discuss the real. Yeah. Like, we already got the fluff. Like, if I want to see Michael Jackson perform that shit, I can go look at the videos. There's an MJ Live in Vegas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are Michael Jackson street performers. I can go see that shit there. You know what I'm saying? But let's spare me $15, bro. Like, I'm just really, and I'm taking it back from it, because it's just like, I don't. And one thing I do understand, you do have to, even in death, you still have to protect artists' integrity, their legacy, their reputation. For sure. So some things probably just won't get discussed, right? Because like, even let's say the NWA biopic, right? It was you see Dr. Dre left out a whole shit about his life. He was slapping bitches. We ain't got nowhere near that.
Nothing.
Nowhere near that.
He didn't raise a hand. It's crazy.
Right. No, that's crazy, right? All he got was arrested one time, and then he left on some Tony Stark shit. Like, so what's the little record label you call yourself doing?
Aftermath.
Fuck out of here. Bro, that's Aftermath was trash when he first started. He didn't get good till he got Eminem anyway. Fuck out of here. But I'm off that.
Right, and low key, that might have been the only artist that really popped like that from Aftermath. I mean,
from Aftermath, and then it was 50. Then it was 50. Then Kendrick. Like, that's it.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, hold on. Eminem was the one that pretty much saved it, because
of course, because he signed Joel. He signed Busta Rhymes at one point. I think he signed hella people and never did.
It was 50, Game, Eminem, Kendrick. Those are his four.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'll
crazy.
give him that. I'll give him that. But see,
I know. So all right. So before we get out of here, Have there been any like other new movies or new music that you listen to that you want to share with the people?
The Book of Clarence soundtrack is actually pretty solid. Like for all all things aside. No, I know me and you talked about. I know Jay-Z and D'Angelo have a 9-minute song. Me being the resident Jay-Z fan on this show, I'll tell any of the OS fans to skip it. Skip. Like we ain't gotta do this, baby. We ain't gotta do this, baby. Like this man got on there doing some spoken word shit. I will never forgive Jay for this. Like it was like it's kind of like I told Johnny, like when I cut the song on, I knew that he wasn't going to rap, but I set myself up for disappointment anyway. Like as soon as I heard the first beats drop, I was like, "Oh no, there's no way he gets off on this." Like it's just like you know how your man's raps, like you know how your artist rap. Yeah, I was like, "This ain't him. This ain't gonna be it. This ain't gonna be it." And lo and behold, but there is some fire music from Lil Wayne on there. There is a dope song with Doja Cat on there as well. I think it's a very well put together soundtrack, to be honest. Like it's some joints on there. You know, you can walk away with, and usually soundtracks you don't walk away with like, let's just say 4 or 5 songs that you like fuck with. You know, soundtracks ain't really cut like that no more. But this one I'll stand by this one though.
Okay. No, that's what's up.
Even minus the Jay-Z deal.
Minus the Jay-Z. Yeah. That's funny. I haven't really listened to any new music. Like I when I say I've been on break from podcasting, I've been on break. I did catch this movie on Netflix though last month. Called Leave the World Behind with Mahershala Ali and was it Julia Roberts is in it? So basically these hackers attack the United States. All the power grids, everything like goes down. They block the highway so you can't get in and out the city with like Teslas. Is crazy. But the movie itself was really good. It's probably one of the best movies, best Netflix movies acting wise that I've seen. Because I mean Mahershala Ali, Julia Roberts, right? And then everybody else that's in the movie did a phenomenal job. But it's like watching this movie it kind of mess with my head because like what if some foreign country really do hack the power grid in the United States and like we really get stuck like in place like that would be insane. That would be insane. So
it's so many films like that too. But now I hear what you're saying. Like still the concept still remains. But I don't know if you ever seen Live Free or Die Hard. It's one of the subsequent Die Hard films after 3. It's not really something you got to go and watch. But that was part of the thing, right? They framed it as if the United States would get hacked since everything's so, computer and cloud based these days. Yeah. And that was the thing. And they pretty much, it was just a big heist film. Like, we go hack this and have y'all over here while we, download $2 billion to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Right. But last but certainly not, I mean, I don't want to say last but certainly not least, but like I've been watching The Bear. Like I'm not sure if it's one of those like Golden Globe shows, and I've been hearing a lot about it. It's really good. And the actors, the 2 lead actor and actress won whatever it was the other day. Well, I think it was a Golden Globe, but I'm on season 2. It's on Hulu. It's actually pretty good. It's a Hulu original.
How many seasons is it?
2. So 2, and I think each episode is like 35 minutes. So it's quick watch. Yeah, quick watch. It's hard for me to explain. Like it's a dramedy, right? Like it's they say it's a comedy, and that's how it's like marketed, but it's way more drama in here than you'll laugh. Like it's like it's more like stressful moments and things like that that'll probably have you a little like tense rather than you just gut bustingly laughing.
Sound like Ted Lasso. I like that. Okay.
But no, it's really good. The Bear on Hulu. It's really good.
I'm gonna add that to my list. Because I've been hearing about it. People been talking about it on social media and stuff. But
it's one of those shows that gets award nominations and things like that. It's kind of like Succession. Like it's like one of them. Succession won some awards too. And it's been a good year for TV if you pay attention.
No, that's what's up. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely check that out. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man. Happy New Year to everybody. Like we here, we back. We here, baby. So no song of the week since we're on Zoom. Can't really play music like that because it don't work.
Yep.
So with that, if you're on YouTube, first of all, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long.
Yes,
hit
sir.
that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the comment section. Let us know about any of the topics that we discussed today. Also, sir. I guess if you're on audio, the same thing. Just leave us a review. Leave us a review on your favorite streaming platform. And that's episode 213. Anything left for the people?
Man, like Johnny said, man, we appreciate you guys for listening to us for this hour and some odd change, man. 2024 is nothing but up from here, man. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys, man.
Big facts. And with that, that's episode 213.
213.
And we out.
Chill.
Peace.